All right. Welcome to our first full moon circle. I'm so excited for this. One second as I kind of orient. Got to do all the awkward tech stuff up front. All right. So, welcome to this space. So, this full moon that we are leaning into today is the Aquarius Sturgeon full moon. So, before we get started, I really invite you to set your space, make it as sacred as possible in whatever way feels good for you. So, tonight for myself, because it's been a hectic time, I just have here a candle that symbolizes for me evolution and evolving and really invites me into reflection when I smell it. And then I also have a pillar crystal, one that I am really feeling into this season for support. And then I also have an oracle deck here because we are going to pull a card at the end to help kind of ground in everything that we're doing this evening. So that's my space. You guys can set it up however you like. Oh, I also have a journal here because we will be doing some reflecting. And so this is a great time to pour your reflections and your insights onto the page. This is a powerful manifestation portal, especially since it's occurring just after the Lion's Gate portal that occurred on Friday. So, before we get into it, though, we've set our sacred space, and I just invite you to check in, check in with yourself, sit for a moment, just feel into your body. How are you feeling? How is your heart feeling this evening? And I just invite you to really clear your energetic space by taking whatever you're holding from your day and placing it in a small wooden box, kind of in the empty space of your mind, and put it to the side. And if you need to, you can come back to it later. But for this next half hour, this is time just for you. And it's not time to ruminate on the day or process the day. And so just take a deep breath and let yourself fully arrive in this space. And so this is a space to be seen. It is a space to be celebrated, and it's also a space to be supported. And the new moon, especially the way that I think of it, is like the new moon is for rooting. It's for really getting clear and clearing away what doesn't serve you so you can stand strong in what does. And then the full moon is for rising. And so it is for bold energy, it is for unapologetic energy, and it's for witnessing and noticing in your life what is good, what is to be celebrated, what has come to fruition, and look back at the past month and really see how far you've come. And so this full moon, as I said, is the sturgeon moon in Aquarius. So being the sturgeon moon, that means that it's deeply rooted in ancestral wisdom. There's strength, there's depth. There's a lot of depth here as we think about sturgeon fish that they swim really close to the bottom. They're not necessarily like total bottom feeders, but in Lake Michigan, and in the Great Lakes, they swim very close to the bottom. And so they invite us symbolically to the depths of what we are here to create, what we are here to be. And so tonight, I'm going to invite you to go deeper into your reflections and really deepen into what you're claiming. So, not just to state them casually and, maybe flippantly or unseriously, but to really feel the full breadth and depth of your purpose and your being. And so Aquarius, being in the sign of Aquarius this season, is the disruptor. So this moon is one of my favorites. It really asks you to look at what roles you've outgrown, what feels outdated to you or misaligned with who you are now and who you're reclaiming. And Aquarius is also the visionary. So this is a potent time to really feel into your future self and your future life and what you are here to create on a grander scale, both for yourself and if you feel that it's part of your purpose and your calling, the wider community. And so, what are you here to bring forward? What are you here to create, to craft, to usher in, to contribute to kind of this great awakening that is happening in this larger Aquarian age? So we recently passed into the Aquarian age on a grander scale. So we embarked on this Aquarian age where we are seeing a great awakening. And so as we experience this great awakening, there's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of crumbling, there's a lot of dismantling all the systems that don't serve us and that society needs to shed and let go of in order to really create from a place of healing, from a place of reciprocity, from a place of equality for all beings. And so this is like our kind of micro portal and access to that larger Aquarian energy, if you will. So while this is extremely potent at this time of the year, and on this full moon, this Aquarian energy is surrounding us all the time now that we're in this Aquarian age. And so what you tap into tonight will be particularly potent in terms of what you're here to bring forward and a boldness. If there's a bold creative energy coming through you at this time, um, it's going to be greatly supported, and you can always come back and access it at this time because it's widely supported astrologically as well. So we are going to begin with some reflections now. So just a moment, and I will share my screen with you. Okay. Actually, let me get out of center mode. Here we go. All right. One of the challenges here of not having two screens set up at the moment. Okay. All right. So just take a moment to really ground into your seat. Allow yourself just to be here at this time. And let's begin our reflection. So take out your journal. And I just have some reflection questions here for you to invite you into this Aquarian energy. So the first here is, what roles, patterns, or beliefs have you outgrown this season? What can you let go of? And what roots are asking to be dug up? And another way to view that question is, what's no longer serving you? What is no longer worthy of space within your energetic bubble, within your life? What's being asked to be cleared? Your next inquiry is in this time of great awakening. What's awakening in you? What are you being asked to bring forward? And what's your contribution? And then what have you been holding back? What aspects of yourself do you need to reclaim in order to move forward boldly? What do you need to release in order to stand in your truth and your purpose? And finally, what's your vision for this next month, this next cycle of the moon? Or if you're feeling particularly expansive and visionary, what's your vision for this next season? I'll give you a few moments here just to wrap up your thoughts. As you wrap up, I invite you to imagine that you're standing in front of a large bonfire, and there's crackles and sparks, and you can hear the wood splitting, crackling, taking up the oxygen, and watching the embers float into the air. And just imagine that you wrote on a piece of paper all the things that you're ready to shed, all the things that you need to release in order to bring forth what you're here to bring, all the things you need to let go of in order to boldly claim the purpose that you hold, the pieces of your soul contract that you are here to fulfill. And just imagine that you take that piece of paper, all those beliefs, roles, projections that don't serve you, and toss them into the fire. And watch that paper be enveloped by the flames. And just watch it char and burn up. And turn into ash. And feel the release of those aspects as they float toward the sky. They're carried on the wind and they're transmuted back to the earth to be alchemized into the fuel, the power, the energy, the life force that will support you and propel you forward. And to wrap up our circle this evening, I'm going to pull a card from the Ancient Stones Oracle deck. This is from Rebecca Campbell. It's one of my favorites. The thing I love about Oracle decks is they're so individualized, so you can really feel into what feels the best for you. And this is one that I felt deeply connected to from the time I heard that she was releasing it. I knew it was something that I would connect deeply to. I love ancient stones, ancient sites of divinity and practice. And so once it arrived in my hand, it's become one of my favorite decks. So I just want to pull a card here for you to really bring in your full moon intentions. And so we'll see what wisdom it has for us today. Okay. Right, today's card is the records. Remember why you came, be bold, and legacy. And so if you can see that. And I'll also take a picture of this and put this into the Telegram so that you can see it. And I will read here from the book. I think this pairs perfectly with the energy of this full moon in Aquarius. Remember why you came. So that tie to your purpose. I mentioned your sacred contract. So what your soul signed up to come here for and to do. And with so many of us, there's a very bold, unapologetic claiming of what that purpose is. No longer playing small, no longer tiptoeing around it. We remember why we're here, and the work at this time is big and it's huge. And I think so many of us are ready to stand up and own that. And so there's a piece of bold energy for you there. And then next, be bold. So there it is. More be bold. And then legacy. So tying back actually to that, the sturgeon moon and what that asks of us and what that brings is a lot of ancestral wisdom. That there's so much that comes through our lineage and those that have come before us. And so never forgetting that that is part of the work that we are doing, but it's also part of what has brought us here. And so that history, it's very important to acknowledge not only the legacy that we are leaving, but the legacy that we come from. So I love that for us tonight. And then in her book, Rebecca Campbell lets us know that her intention with this card is there's a reason you chose to come to this planet at this time in this body. Your time here matters, and you have the opportunity to make something of your life, to make your days, weeks, months, years, and decades count. This card comes with an invitation to remember why you came here to this planet at this time in this body and to dare to truly live, to create what you came here to create, to love who you came here to love, to do what you truly long to do, to be the boldest, bravest version of yourself, to get busy leaving a legacy by living like you mean it. The ancient standing stones featured on this card were created by the Picts, a group of Celtic tribes who lived in the land of Alba, which is now eastern and northeastern Scotland. From the early Roman era in Britain until roughly the 10th century, the Picts left no written record, but these large stone monuments carved with elaborate symbols and scattered in the countryside are their legacy. Too many people live their lives in fear. They dim their light and fail to truly live. They die with music still in them, with dreams that haven't been lived into, with poetry that hasn't been written, with songs that haven't been sung. What do you want the legacy of your life to be? When all that's left of your body is ashes and dust, what do you long to be remembered for? If you had to devote your life to just one thing, what would it be? How can you live a little more loudly and proudly? How can you be a little bolder? What legacy are you being called to leave? How can you truly live? And so our activation invitation here is I'm ready to live my life boldly and sing the song I came here to sing. I love that. And I hope it serves you guys too. Um, Something that really touches me and has propelled me for the last about 15 years is the idea that the saddest thing that I can think of is getting to the end of your life and feeling that you didn't live full out, that you came here with a purpose and didn't fulfill it, that there was still life left to live. There was still magic left to be made. And that's one of the most heartbreaking things I can think of is to get to the end and to feel that you had not lived the life that was meant for you. And so that really propels my work. And I think that really speaks to the energy of this card and this season and this age and the overall work that we are doing to reclaim not only our sovereignty, but our unique purpose in the actual real 3D human experience that we're living. So I hope that served you. I hope the reflection time was valuable for you. And sorry, I had to refresh myself on my notes here. Um, After you leave tonight, I invite you to celebrate yourself. So celebrate yourself in some small way, whatever feels good for you. Spend just a few moments celebrating yourself. Um, Even if it's, something super micro action oriented, to really ground into this energy of visionary and legacy and how powerful and important you are and how worthy you are of everything that you desire. And just remember that you are held and you are powerful. And the moon sees you and your visions, and so do we. So, thank you for allowing me to hold you in this space. And I can't wait to see how your dreams manifest over the next month. I'll see you soon.